I won't abort the baby. Yeah. Me personally, I won't abort the baby. Some people reach to the point where they want to abort the baby, but me personally, I won't do it, man. That's a gift.
Y.A.D. Totoro.
What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing good. Today, we have a video. We got citizen concern in the building. A dark nation's curse. Hey, man. Let's see what she got going on. Let's all enjoy the video.
Recently, I came across yet another report showing that the Eastern Cape is facing a rising number of teenage pregnancies.
Teenage pregnancy remains one of the Eastern Cape's most pressing social issues. Many of the girls here say they navigate motherhood without financial or emotional support, often abandoned by their partners and left to face family disappointment on their own.
Ik was nog 17 jaar oud.
I was only 17 years old when I found out I was pregnant. I would feel nauseous every morning after I eat. So the next day I went to the clinic, and when I got there, they told me I'm pregnant. I was so afraid to tell my mother because she was very strict.
When a teenager becomes a parent, it sets off a chain of challenges that affect both her and her child. Challenges.
She was afraid of her mom because she was strict. But you knew it the time you were making the baby. It doesn't make sense. If your parents are really that strict, you're not gonna involve yourself in that situation from the first place. Or you're gonna be a bit safer. Because we know we can't stop other things. But that's not, valid enough. Like, you are scared because of your parents are strict. Why did you do it from the first place?
That have nothing to do with race or gender, which are the regular scapegoats for inequality. Sometimes inequality begins long before society ever gets involved. It begins at home. What do I mean by that? Well, a teenage mother is young, inexperienced, and still uneducated. The father is often absent, either because he's also a teenager with no stability of his own, or he's an older man with a family.
Problem. I'm phoning. Sorry, phone. And actually, believe me. Maybe what you want. So every day, and from day one, we were mark. So our first door rating, maybe I could think on the card seat.
Like at the moment we were so shy, then I'm still working on that.
Okay, my man. Skara no sine be shy. Rileko yenu agir. Barnoski agir.
Shopat.
Barnoski agir. Lazang chuchalo ko.
Wana tell statements.
No, what you join? What you join mkit? What you join mkit? Nkiska tong parties. Please. Opa. Skara tong parties. Skara tong parties. Skara tong parties. Skara nkiska
I want to send statement.
These matter because they determine what kind of life the child is born into. A teenage mother giving birth in 2025 is uneducated, probably financially strained, and cannot offer her child the same environment that a mature, educated, and working couple can offer their child.
I found out when I was 17, and I didn't tell anyone for 2 weeks because I knew my parents would be disappointed.
Obviously.
But when I told them, they encouraged me. Many people spoke badly about me, but my parents supported me.
She hasn't had enough time to have life experience.
Hey, man. My opinion is, there's nothing wrong with being pregnant. The baby is a gift. Having a child in this world is definitely a gift. But as a teenager, that's where the problem is. So there's no curse here. There's no curse. There's nothing wrong with having a kid, being pregnant. It's just the timing. People are against the timing. Like, damn, as a teenager, you're still young yourself, and there's still more to do, man. But for me, I can say I won't like make an adoption. Huh? I won't abort the baby. Yeah. Me personally, I won't abort the baby. Some people reach to the point where they want to abort the baby, but me personally, I won't do it, man. That's a gift.
That will guide the child academically, emotionally, or socially. She can't even afford quality schooling, extramural activities, tutors, or coaches for her child. Her child grows up with limited exposure, limited resources, and limited opportunities, not because of discrimination, but because the mother herself was still a child. That is inequality. Inequality from being promiscuous. Inequality from men of the same color as a teenager choosing to ruin a young girl's life.
Research has repeatedly shown that many teenage pregnancies involve older men. National studies link a significant portion of pregnancies in girls under 16 to statutory rape cases that go unreported.
Now, compare all of that to another baby born in 2025, but to a stable, married, working couple. These parents have knowledge, they have life experience, and the money to invest in their child. They understand what to expose their child to and what to protect him from. They can afford good schools, extra classes, sports, and even arts. Many things that help a child discover their abilities and even build their confidence. Their professional networks expose their son to careers, internships, and opportunities long before he becomes an adult. Now, let's fast forward 20 years from now to the year 2045. The girl raised by the teenage mother might not finish school. Her mom couldn't pay for tutors. She couldn't help her with homework because she herself hadn't finished school, and she was too busy because she had 2 low-paying jobs just to survive. That child also grows up with minimal exposure to careers or opportunities because her mother didn't know what to expose her to or even how. Meanwhile, the child raised by the professional couple enters adulthood with distinctions, exposure to multiple career paths, and confidence built through structured activities, reading, travel, and professional mentorship that he was offered. But when society sees the difference between these two 20-year-olds, the struggling girl and the successful boy, the default explanation becomes she is black and female and he is white and male. Therefore, the inequality is racial and gender-based. If the successful child is black, they will call them bourgeoisie and hate them for their success. Cheese boy or cheese girl, they will be named.
I hate that narrative. I hate that movement. I hate that culture. I wouldn't even lie, bro. Like, us as blacks, if you're performing good in life, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're performing good in life as a black person, you're using a snake. Awuthwele. Inyoka. We all know that. If, you were raised by rich parents, soft, wena. Soft. You don't know anything about life. I hate that kind of movement. I won't even lie, bro.
Because they have a nicer life. You see, in some neighborhoods, being ghetto and coming from a horrible childhood is the cool stuff. In America, they call it being real. They call it being an OG. Are the reasons given for the differences between our two 20-year-olds really the full story, or is society ignoring far more influential factors? Like the fact that the one child was born into stability and guidance, while the other was born into teenage parenthood and economic struggle. Thomas Sowell shares this in his book, Discrimination and Disparities. Children raised in families where the parents have professional occupations hear nearly twice as many words per hour as children raised in working-class families, and more than 3 times as many words per hour as children raised in families on welfare. Now, that may seem like a nothing burger, but it actually says a lot, and it plays a huge role in the child's life. Listen to this.
When the TMW project started, it gave me a boost of confidence. Even though I wasn't so good in school, it gave me a boost of confidence of teaching her the things that I did know and do know.
I found the 30 Million Words Project to be life-changing. Me and my daughter are still using the methods that we've learned doing the project. It's like it's natural. It's become a part of our lives.
The world is open to my grandchildren now because they are empowered with words.
Yes. 30 million words. Many fewer words a child born into poverty hears by age 3 compared to a child born into more affluent circumstances. It's the disparity in early language environments of children, one that has a profound impact on their IQ, school performance, and future. It's the gap that is a prime target in our effort to lessen the effect of poverty on a child's life. At the University of Chicago, we're working to close this gap with the 30 Million Words Project. 30 Million Words is a program which really harnesses the power of parent language as a catalyst for child success. Children aren't born smart, they're made smart. They're made smart by their parents talking with them.
This isn't about race or gender. This is about the environment a child is raised in. It's about timing, preparation, structure, and exposure long before discrimination even enters the picture. Now, am I saying that every child born to a teenage mother is destined to be on the bad side of the inequality gap? Absolutely not. We all know of cases where such children go.
Hey, yes, I know teenage pregnancy is, to our parents, it's like, damn, it's a bad thing, but, it's happening. Teenagers are having kids, and I'm not promoting the culture, but it's like, yeah, it's a bad thing, but, you can do something about it, man. Raise your kid, make sure they're good, and if, a kid is brought to this world through teenage pregnancy, it doesn't really determine their future and stuff like, it's gonna be bad and what's not. There are certain cases where, people can have kids on their teenage stage, but the kid is well taken care of and stuff like that. So, yeah, man.
On to achieve great success. But what we often overlook is the cost of that success. Greater pressure on the young mother, extra support required from extended family, and the ongoing impact of an absent father. Even when these children thrive, they often do so despite significant obstacles. The truth is, many of us do have the opportunity to start families at the right time, when we are mature, financially stable, emotionally ready, and committed to raising a child within a supportive marriage. So the question then becomes, why aren't we aiming for that? Why are we settling for situations that make life harder for both the parent and the child when we have the ability to choose better? December's here again, as you may be able to hear the music around. And with December comes a temptation across all ages to party recklessly, drink excessively, and make decisions that could have lifelong consequences. Too often these choices lead to unplanned pregnancies, bringing children into circumstances that set them up to struggle from the very beginning. And my plea to you is very simple. Do not do it. Choose responsibly this December. South Africa is the most unequal society in the world, as we have heard more times than we can count. Now, are we going to reduce inequality through our actions, or are we content with blaming it all on rich people or on other races? Don't think only about the moment. Think about the child who might be born because of that moment. Think about where that child could find themselves 20 years from now. One careless decision today can shape an entire lifetime tomorrow. Anyway, that's it for today. Please share this video with everyone.
Hey, sheesh. Hey, man. Yeah, teenage pregnancy it's this big thing that's going on, and I don't support it at all. I feel like if you wanna have a kid, you must be ready, matured enough, have certain things going on in your life just to make sure your kid is proper. But at the same time, it's like, if it happens, because some people are, I wouldn't say at this point they don't know. As a teenager, I think it's exposed in schools, parents, society, that teenage pregnancy is a thing. If you do 1, 2, 3, you'll fall pregnant. But at the same time, it's like it doesn't determine the child's future. You get, like, it doesn't determine that they'll live bad. Yes, the statistics might lead to a bad side that, you know, a kid who's brought to this world through teenage pregnancy, they might enter crime, wuru wuru, 1, 2, 3. But if the family is, well put, like, if the family is well structured, the kid is gonna be good. If it happens, but let's just be cautious and safe, and let's not do things we'll regret eventually. I don't support teenage pregnancy. You get what I'm saying? But it's happening, man. And it's gonna keep happening. I don't know how we can stop it. I mean, trying to stop teenage pregnancy is another thing. Kids are just all over the place, having fun. I think it's all about the parents. But even though the parents are so strict, some kids just choose otherwise. Hey, man, I don't know. Comment down below any solutions you have about this. I would just like to hear your opinions and how we can do it. Is it a bad thing? Just comment any opinion you have down below. I'm a catch you on a review. Love you. Take care.